So as many people know, I promote the Seventh-day Adventist lifestyle, particularly the 8 Laws of Health. I recently came across something called the Hallelujah Diet, and actually how I came across it was obviously I'm somebody that still likes the library, so they sell things at the library, and one of them was a set of VHSs that were the Hallelujah Diet. Now the Hallelujah Diet essentially is the dietary teachings of Adventism. Okay, of course they don't credit Ellen White with it, but the point is essentially it's the nutritional aspects, and they recommend exercising for about an hour a day, which is great. That's all in line with the Adventist lifestyle. But I'm going to talk about some downsides to the Hallelujah Diet that are not necessarily in the Adventist lifestyle. The first problem I see is the use of 85 or more % raw food. Now, raw foodism has become popular because people think that you can absorb food better if it's in a raw state. This is not true. This is absolutely not true because humans evolved to eat cooked food. This is also probably why we have bigger brains, things like that, because we cooked food, which broke down the cellular membranes of the vegetables, especially starch, and made starches edible. Starches are not really that edible in a raw form. So when you cook beans or whole grains or starchy tubers like potatoes, sweet potatoes, etc., it makes them more digestible. It makes most things more digestible. Slightly cooking tomatoes increases the amount of lycopene you can absorb. Same thing with carrots with beta-carotene. Now, of course, overcooking things destroys it. I prefer the cooking method that is proposed in the Gerson diet, which is to slowly cook on low heat, which takes a while, but it preserves the vitamins and makes the food more digestible. That's one, is the high reliance on raw food, which can be good. If you're eating like say you have a couple meals of fruit and one cooked meal at the end of the day, such as on the Fit for Life diet by Harvey Diamond, that's fine. But over the time, if your diet is predominantly raw foods, it's going to rip up your stomach. Okay, so that's the first problem. The second problem is the use of crazy kitchen equipment that is unnecessary, which makes the diet more difficult to use, such as dehydrators and things like this. If you're going to eat raw food, eat raw food. You don't have to pretend like it's some kind of gourmet fare or whatever by preparing it with a food dehydrator to pretend that it's a hamburger or something like that. This is a problem with veganism in general. It has been for a long time, is the inability for people to understand that a vegan diet will look different than a meat-centered diet. And this has caused the reliance of cooked food vegans to rely on, fake meats, what are called meat, meat analogs and things of that nature. Beans, whole grains, these are meat analogs. Well, they're not meat analogs, they're meat replacements because you don't need the meat, okay? So my point is you gotta stop, like the Hallelujah Diet sets you up for failure by being overly complex, very overly complex. The other thing is, this makes it very difficult to follow. Some of the suggestions for babies, now the feeding children aspect is excellent, I like it, but I think that can get you into some trouble. I think there are other you should look to a dietetic association or something for suggestions on feeding babies a vegan diet. Now obviously infants require predominantly breast milk and can feed on breast milk for quite a while, which we know is beneficial to the health of the child. The other thing is it's just the diet itself has too many flaws that make it too complicated to use, as opposed to the Adventist diet, such as that which is promoted by the Seventh-day Adventist sect. And I'm going to leave links to both. That's all for this video.